Hi, Morgan Lekstrom. I'm the CEO of Blackwolf Copper and Gold. Here today to talk to you about a unique leverage to the price and the future of copper and gold. So here at Blackwolf, the way we create this unique leverage is not only through the value in the ground on our Niblack project, a large 6 million ton copper gold deposit in Southeast Alaska, but we create that through the strong leadership and investors like Frank Juster, who's a legend in the space for creating multi-billion-dollar gold companies and selling them. People like Andy Bowering, who's a legend in the space for creating large companies. And Rob McLeod, who has one of the best backgrounds in geology, which you need for these companies, and one of the best backgrounds in the area that we're working, Southeast Alaska and in the Golden Triangle. You always wonder when companies talk about their project locations. Well, let me explain to you why this unique leverage is important. Niblack project is on something called the Prince of Wales Island, all the way down here. Now, what's unique about this is we think we're actually in the Golden Triangle, even though the Golden Triangle is slightly smaller, because we can direct ship from our project using these waterways all the way up to other mines that are in production and potentially a direct ship site in British Columbia that has a fully permitted mine site. Those are very rare and take a long time. That's our Niblack project. That's our huge leverage to copper and gold. Then we sit on our Harry project up here, right next to a project about to go back into production in the next month or two. High grade gold in an area that Rob McLeod's family is from. So you have this intrinsic value in a legacy family that has put mines into production in there. You're next to a mill and a mine that's going back into production. So again, you couldn't be more strategic in the way you've positioned and the way we've positioned this company, from results right through to how they're going to get to the market. So let's dive into this copper gold leverage at our Niblack mine in Southeast Alaska. What does that mean? Well, we have a fully developed underground mine already in place here. It comes across in here. The resource itself, when you talk about companies and resources, you always wonder what that looks like. What does that mean? That means that we have an area up in this Lookout and Trio area where the copper and gold live. When you look at the expansion potential of Niblack, this is a huge part of the leverage. All these other areas, the Mammoth area, the old Niblack mine, Lindsay, all the way this way, have been identified to host the same type of geology, same mineralization, but have just been drastically underexplored. So not only do we have the project, we have a developed underground, we have full infrastructure on site, including a camp, but as you can see right here, we're on tidewater, which is a very rare place to be and gives us that significant leverage that we want to direct ship. So I also like to show what that block looks like and what we mean here. When I say the lookout zone, I mean these two, Lookout and Trio zone here. Wide open at depth, continues on, and as you can see, there looks like two zones here. Well, in these types of deposits, these host multiple lenses. We call Trio and Lookout two of the lenses. Well, as you notice, Trio hasn't found that high-grade core yet. We're going to be looking for that in the near future. That can grow this exponentially, and as gold and copper are increasing in price, again, more leverage to that increase. And as you notice, I was talking about direct shipping. What does that mean? What does that look like? Being that we're on tidewater and having a fully permitted mill site near us, we actually went and did the study. We were very impressed at how quick that changes the path from build it yourself, permit it yourself, to ship to an already permitted site and potentially only just go through the build phase. Those in Canada and in the US cut off half a decade to a decade of permitting. So again, a quicker leverage to that gold and copper price through being able to extract in the near future with an ability to process it somewhere local. So everyone always asks, Morgan, you've got this great property you're talking about in Alaska and Southeast Alaska. You've got this hairy property that has high-grade gold discovery. What's your focus? Well, Niblack has a pre-established resource already with a fully developed underground. We are going to focus on how we grow that intelligently, how we use technology to grow that, while we're looking at the leverage that Harry provides us with only 122 million shares out, a market cap of about $18 million. When you look at leverage, we're barely even starting. So now the real question is, how are you going to grow? And what are the catalysts that are going to do it for you? Well, we always touch on a capable management team. I've spoken about them already. I've spoken about the experts behind the company. That puts us in a position to significantly grow our current Niblack project and use the leverage we have to look at M&A opportunities that will not only benefit the company and shareholders, but grow it quickly. I encourage you to follow us with our stock ticker, BWCG and BWCGF in the US on the OTC, blackwolfcopperandgold.com. Please feel free to reach out anytime via email. Just remember with Blackwolf, we're utilizing our strategy, our strategic partners, our growth curve to leverage copper and gold to bring value to our shareholders and grow this company significantly and quickly very soon.